Oh boy, can you believe it? Today is Friday, May 29th, 2020. As usual, it's me, Jake Baldino, here to talk about the video game news that has been going on this weekend. Like I've been saying, it's ramping up. Oh boy, let's buckle up because there's a lot of good stuff to talk about. We're still here in New York. We're slowly opening back up a little bit. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy out there in the world, wherever you are. But let's jump in. First and foremost, PlayStation 5, the reveal, the official, real reveal is happening, like rumored and suggested for the last week. Sony has announced this morning, officially June 4th is the day where we're going to get a look at some PlayStation 5 games and more details on the console. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific, so expect us to be talking about it a lot. Expect a lot to come from it, although I wonder what is it going to be, Knack 3? I think there is still going to be some disappointments. I know they're not probably going to go as far as revealing the price. They're already alluding to the fact that they have more to say after this event, but it is going to be an hour long, so I think there's going to be some substantial good stuff here. I'm hoping that this is the beginning of exciting things to come from all the console announcements, considering people have been kind of disappointed here and there with certain things. But following up with that, Sony's head Jim Ryan, the straight shooter, never to mince words, has come out and said straight up that this thing is releasing officially this holiday season. So after a lot of talk of it getting delayed or just Sony being quiet about the console in general, it is not being pushed into early 2021 or anything like that, according to him. And he said that games, their exclusives and stuff, are still very much on schedule. We have heard talks of the pandemic delaying development of certain high-profile games. Seemingly not the case for Sony, so maybe we're going to have a lot to look forward to. Speaking of things to look forward to, we do have a list of confirmed PlayStation 5 games. Thanks to the official PlayStation magazine, they have a big spread on stuff, and they have a list of, I think, 38 games confirmed. These aren't the big exclusives. It's not like the next God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or anything like that, but it's a breakdown of stuff that we do know is coming to PlayStation 5. It's 38 titles, and it's, obviously Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They do say the next Battlefield 6 officially, Dragon Age 4 officially, Dying Light 2. So some of these are far off down the pipeline and kind of reaching a little bit, but then we do have breakdowns of and confirmations of EA Sports games and stuff like that. So really what you're looking at is just a small slice of what's to come, and I'd say a lot of that is also for Xbox as well, because a lot of this is third-party and multi-platform stuff. Also, just doubling back, Jim Ryan did also go on to say that the games on PlayStation 5 are for PlayStation 5, not PlayStation 4. His quote is pretty interesting. It's time to give fans something that can only be enjoyed on PlayStation 5, which is actually a pretty different approach compared to Microsoft, who also this week kind of outlined and detailed more of their plans, doubling down on backwards compatibility being a main staple of the next generation of Xbox hardware in terms of how games are played. Apparently, a lot of games that are backwards compatible will actually run at higher frame rates, from 30 to 60, 60 to 120, they cited, as well as higher resolutions. And a lot of older games, including before Xbox One generation games, running at HDR. The whole breakdown of it is linked in a description below. They gave a lot of information, and I will say it does seem very impressive how much resources and how much work they did put into having older games run on the Series X, and I'm looking forward to that. So here, like I said, we have two completely different approaches with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Xbox Series X is everything and everywhere, and PlayStation 5 is just the new shit. You're gonna love it. They're clearly taking very different approaches, and yes, you could do the whole console war thing, but the way I look at it is two different approaches, competition, things staying interesting. You go with what you want. I think we all kind of ultimately win. But since we are talking about reveals and stuff, this story has been driving me crazy. What is Sega planning? Is something going on with Sega? So here's the deal. A Famitsu journalist has gone on record saying that he has a massive scoop, on the level of when Wired got that detailed breakdown of PlayStation 5 technology, something along the lines of that, something that will actually shake up the game industry, rile up the game industry is their quote. Quote unquote, revolutionary. It's coinciding with Sega's 60th anniversary, which is crazy if you think about it. Also, this is going to drop on June 4th, the same day as the PlayStation reveal. So people are talking anything I've seen speculation that Sony acquired them. I've seen speculation that Microsoft acquired them. I've seen a lot of talk of them coming out with a new console, which, let's do it. I'm ready to party. Dude, at this point, I'm alone in a room going crazy talking about video games. So if it just gets crazier, I'm all in. The big question is, what do you guys think Sega is planning? I've been disappointed so many times by hyped up reveals and stories before, so I don't know. I'd love to hear what you guys think, though. The whole story is linked in the description below, too. Now, in other news, we got a bunch of things linked in the description below, some videos and stuff like that to get you caught up on stuff this week, anything you missed. First is Silent Hill makes a return, kind of. The Dead by Daylight train keeps rolling. How they keep getting these properties, I have no idea, but the newest is Silent Hill. Pyramid Head is in the game. There's a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, that's the closest we've got to new Silent Hill content, I guess. Good for Dead by Daylight fans. Also, he's in the game now, but in case you're not jumping in, maybe you're not into the game, we did get a trailer for Dutch in Predator Hunting Grounds, a game that I think could be good. I think it needs more content, but now we've got Dutch, like future Dutch from the original movie, portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger with his likeness and his voice, even though they couldn't get his voice for Mortal Kombat. I don't know, I think his character design's really cool here, and I just wanted to talk about it for a second. Hopefully they continue to add more content to Hunting Grounds and make it a better game, though. We've also got a trailer kind of breaking down and showing off a bit more on the BioShock games that are coming to Nintendo Switch. Actually, I don't have a watch. Today, along with other 2K properties like XCOM and stuff, I am very much looking forward to diving into BioShock on the Switch this weekend, probably, just to see how it looks, see how it plays. But that's just me. We also got a nice lengthy breakdown of The Last of Us Part 2 and a full new gameplay sequence. I really liked what I saw from a gameplay perspective, except I feel like this was like a big move. Like Sony legit killed off the Vita in this trailer. Like Sony came out and literally was like, we're done with the Vita. It's dead now. Stop. And that makes me sad. I still have my Vita. I bring it around with me. Even though my Vita kind of literally works as just a machine that has PS4 remote play and Metal Gear Solid. That's it. Sometimes you just have to have a thing with you that you can always play Metal Gear Solid 1 on the go. That's just me. Am I crazy? Underrated handheld. They totally did it dirty. Hope Sony doesn't make mistakes like that again in the future. But that's just me. I just take any excuse to talk about the Vita. I don't know. What? Also, the biggest thing I want to shout out this week, the thing I'm so excited to just put in front of more eyeballs, is NoClip's new documentary on Arcane, the studio behind Dishonored and many other games. It's a full comprehensive breakdown with lots of interesting looks at unfinished projects, including a Half-Life project. It is absolutely worth watching. If you've got time this weekend, you're sitting on the couch, it's a full-length hour and 20-minute documentary, but it is so worth it, dude. NoClip documentaries kick ass. They don't really need my help, but go check it out. It's linked in the description below. Tell them I sent you. Now, I want to end on some good news, something I'm excited about. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie. We're getting another one. Officially, Variety confirms that a Sonic the Hedgehog movie sequel has been greenlit. Apparently, they're bringing back the same team with Jeff Fowler directing once again, and I'm pretty excited. I thought the Sonic the Hedgehog movie was actually a surprisingly great time, and now, like, in my head, that is my Sonic. His voice, his cadence, everything. Ben Schwartz is also just really good, but I am excited for this because, you know what, it was a fun, good time and a kind of good video game movie. The big question is, are they going to get back Jim Carrey? Because I feel like that's the best Jim Carrey's been in a while, and I'd love to see him go even crazier. I really just wanted to take a minute to highlight the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and how there was a lot of controversy and a lot of hubbub and hate surrounding the movie, but I think a lot of us ended up finally giving it a chance, and it turned out to be pretty great, and I'm glad that the world has it, and now we're getting another one. That's it. I just wanted to end on a little positivity, as the world is crazy right now. But before we do go, I want to do that console giveaway we do every single week. You guys know how this goes down by now. There's a link in the description below. You click it to sign up. You enter once, then you're entered for good. And then every single week, we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. So this week's winner is going to be this person right here. congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox, your spam box, stuff like that, because we're going to be reaching out to you to find out how we can send you your free stuff. Please keep an eye on your inbox, because not everybody responds. Also, I've heard a lot of you reaching out about expanding it to many regions. We're doing what we can, but, you know, there are rules to this stuff. Still, now we got to talk about everything going on this week. The biggest thing, what do you expect from the PlayStation 5 reveal? I made a video on my other channel talking about, like, are they going to have some sort of hook other than just games, or is just games good enough? Honestly, at this point, yeah, I think everybody just wants to see gameplay, but I want to know what you guys are thinking. Also, of course, please let us know what you're playing this weekend for research purposes, as well as just, you know, what do you think about Xbox's plans for backwards compatibility? What do you think Sega is planning? What a crazy time. Let's talk about any of this stuff down there. We'll be down there talking as much as possible, but things get chaotic, so if you want to yell at me directly, Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino is where you can find me. Also, youtube.com/Jake Baldino. But for now, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for still coming around and watching every Friday. We all really appreciate it here. All of us. And Tom and Andrew at home. Miss you guys. Clicking the like button is the best way you can support the show. You know, it really actually helps us out. And if you're new, consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell, because we put out videos every single week. But as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Pizza's on me.